Is this your stall or are you just buying stuff?
No, I'm just buying
What is that you were sticking your finger in earlier on?
sausages.
Now, do you ever go to see comedy shows?
No, never.
What is wrong with you,
I
woman?
don't know. I've no sense of humour.
No, that's not the case. You
Everyone has
wouldn't
a sense of
think of going to a comedy club.
You look really familiar. I just can't put a name to the face, but I know you.
I sold you some giant sausages a couple of minutes ago.
Hello. I'm glad that wasn't too loud of a round of applause because big TV show this, like there's going to be about 500,000 people watching it. What did I do last night? What did I do? I went out and got hammered. Absolutely hammered. I spent the whole night on a massive bender, you know. And I feel kind of bad because I didn't even ask him his name this morning, you know. And it's been a big year for me, big year. I turned 40 this year. Yes. Now, the way I treat my body like an open sewer, that's quite an achievement, you know. And like, you confront your mortality, but it's a big achievement getting to 40, isn't it? You know what I mean? You think of all the great people who never made it to 40, like Kurt Cobain, Jimi Hendrix, Jesus Christ, Ronan Keating, hopefully. The other big thing that happened to me 2 days after my 40th birthday. 2 days after my 40th birthday, myself and my wife of 10 years, we split up. And not to put too fine a point on it, she left me for nobody. But the important thing is how you get over these things. You know, people said to me, Gerry, go to a counsellor, get your head checked out. I'd never been to a counsellor before. So I'll give it a go. So I went along. As soon as I got in there, I just could not take it seriously, you know. Because I just thought, you're a charlatan. You're there making money out of the misery in people's lives. You know, I've been to college. I'm smarter than you. Screw you. And I started playing head tennis with the counsellor, you know. Just couldn't take it seriously. And the counsellor's there, you know, with a big fuzzy head, big milk bottle glasses, big sideburns, tweed jacket, you know, stroking the beard. And eventually she said to me, you know, you're not taking this seriously, get out. So I went the other way. I went completely the other way. I hit the drink and the drugs really, really hard, really hard. Now, when I say drugs, I mean soft drugs. I have no time for hard drugs like cocaine. I mean, I like the smell of it, but, you know.
So, Gerry, we're going to go to the food hall because I've been hanging out with you a little bit for the last 3 days and I haven't actually seen you eat anything decent.
What's the kind of comics staple diet? It's trash.
Is that from just being on the road?
You kind of, I suppose it is important to look after yourself and all that kind of thing.
Never been on the road? Like, is it just grabbing sandwiches here?
It is. A lot of it is that and just hanging around in dressing rooms and grabbing crisps and all that kind of garbage.
You mainly do compound because you got your own club and golf.
Yeah, that's right.
So you started that yourself, yeah?
Yeah, about 10 years ago. And
is that, because like, obviously people know you from supporting Tommy Tiernan and stuff. Like, did he come through your club?
Yeah, he did. Tommy started doing open spots in the club and first couple he did, like every open spotter starting off, you know, a bit ropey. There was always something there though, and he kept doing them and kept doing them and kept coming back. And eventually, it's gone through the roof for him now. He's selling out.
Do you want a huge carrot?
That looks, that's smoothies, is it?
Oh, strawberry smoothie, everything in there.
Is everything in there?
Everything in there.
Oh yeah, bring it on.
So this is probably the healthiest thing you've had for a long time, right?
Yeah, my body's a temple.
Expect us to get all sparky after this.
You okay later?
Yeah, thank you. Woo!
Man, cheers, thank you. Thank you.
Eggs?
What are you trying to do?
Just get you fit.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph, the vibe was electric. Hello, how are you? Thrilled to be here. Hello, how's it going? Delighted to be here on the telly. My name is Carmel. It's not my real name now. My real name is Bernie. Carmel's my stage name. Just thought Carmel had more pizzazz. Jesus, your man can't take his eyes off me legs. Just want to point out, that's not cellulite. I sat on a hairbrush. The camera's boring into my leg. Now, I'd normally start off with a song, but wait till I tell you, somebody is after, breaking into my house and stealing my guitar and burning it out. Can you believe it? I'm only sick. Oh, Jesus, they're unbelievable around our way. There's a burned out washing machine at the end of our road for the last 3.5 months. They'd take anything for a spin, they really would. I don't mind, it's good crack. I'm 6 months pregnant, by the way, just in case you were wondering. Did you have a big korma or something on the way? Cravens are unbelievable, aren't they? I just keep drinking vodka and Britvic. Unbelievable. I'm not, the only time the glass leaves me lips is when I'm taking a drag of my cigarette. I'm not joking. Oh, it's unbelievable. This thing's going mad, getting the living daylights out of me. Takes after his father. You know, either that or it's a guard. But I was sweating before they went on, and I'm not now. I don't know. Whatever goes on, it's after being preggers and all. You know, the hormones are at me.
Whoa! Oh, phew. Oh. Hey.
You just seem to have mastered the art of mime so well. Do you find it's easier in Ireland or around the world or? Well, that's not important. That's not important.
What are these?
Now, there we go. Cheers.
How you doing, sir?
That's good.
Good, because we saw this down at the other end of the stall, and we're wondering what the hell is it?
It's a scortanera.
Scorcha?
Scortanera.
And what family of vegetable?
It's unique. It's a root plate.
Next, please.
And
Very deep root.
Is anybody next there, please?
it ain't the prettiest vegetable in the world, is it?
No,
What does it taste like?
but neither am I. It's all right.
No.
It's just unique taste.
I'm gonna taste one.
We had some Japanese people in today gone mad.
Oh, jeez.
I've never done this myself, so
George,
nobody does.
Cheers.
you wouldn't get us some garlic.
Why is there a vampire on the way?
Please book me again. Please book me again for the next series. This was really good. We live in a changing Ireland, ladies and gentlemen. That's where we live. And you can tell it by the countryside. If you drive around Dublin, I hate when you see a little cottage on the outskirts of Dublin surrounded by new houses. Because you know that when that cottage was built, it was a little rural cottage going, hello, I'm a rural cottage. And then one day, the cottage woke up and it was surrounded by brash, new, urban, cynical houses going, here, cottage, why don't you fuck off? But I'm a rural cottage. Yeah, but you're not part of our gang, are you? The semi-deals. But this used to be a lovely part of the country. Yeah, but it's not anymore, is it? It's Lucan.
So, now, where are you from?
Awfully.
Did you get many tourists there?
No. We have no tourists whatsoever. We had one last year. Hans was his name. Very nice fella, actually.
What is the big attraction, though, for Hans?
Bog tours. You can tell our countryside has changed. You look at our flagship corporation, Ryanair. Ryanair are greedy. Ryanair were being sued last year by a man who had to pay £18 to use a wheelchair to get from the check-in to the gate. £18. The flight was £9. It would have been cheaper if he checked himself in as excess baggage. Anything to check in? Yes, me. Have you packed yourself? Yes, I have. I know there are no frills airline, but a wheelchair is hardly a frill. He didn't drag himself up to the check-in desk, see the wheelchair, and go, fuck it, I'll treat myself. I want some champagne, some strawberries, and something I can do a wheelie in. Come on! This year was a massive year. I did a tour of Australia, the Adelaide Fringe Festival in Sydney and Queensland, and then I did Montreal, the Just Laughs Festival.
How did it go?
It was brilliant. It's just, you get to see, all these festivals are good for you, but you just get to see some amazing people. Like I was there, and I was in Adelaide with Carl Spain and David O'Doherty, and then Tommy Tiernan and Reuben and Ed Byrne in Montreal. Did you know, by the way, if you open a bottle of champagne correctly, it shouldn't pop? You did know that? No, it should make the sound, if you open it properly, of a contented woman sighing. What a load of shit. Do you think the people who invented champagne, monks, rather than opening a bottle to produce the sound of a contented woman's sigh? Yeah, right. Besides, how can anybody know what a contented woman sounds like? There's never been one. I might believe that fact if opening a bottle should produce the sound of a slightly annoyed woman. The bottle doesn't go pop, just goes, Jesus. All food stuff should have sounds. You open a bag of chips and a voice goes, ah, you fat bastard. Or a packet of Werther's Originals. He is not your granddad. He is not your granddad. Move away from the man in the Mac. Oh, don't get into his car. What are you doing?
So you won the Late Late Show.
The RTU Comedy Awards, yeah.
So do you think that was when you decided to stop doing the computers?
Yeah, it was just that...
Well, also, were your parents really proud when they saw you in the Late Late Show?
Oh, yeah. They were annoyed I didn't invite them, but...
Why didn't you invite them?
As that girl I was telling you about.
The English girl?
Yeah. I thought that'd impress her.
Are you still with her?
No.
You still with your parents, so?
Yeah,
There's a lot of lessons to be learned.
Yeah,
Come on, get out of here now.
Anyway, you're all very welcome. It's great to be here. Thanks for being here. I'm always curious as to who's in the room. Have you got anybody from Northern Ireland? Oh, great. All right. Hello. You're all very welcome. Whereabouts in the north are you from, Mrs.? I'm not sure if you can understand what I say, being from the north side of Dublin City. Yes, this is what we look like. Usually it's this. But the thing is, from the north, I used to live there for a while, and it's great fun. I could never really understand what they say up north. Like, it's kind of like a little song. And you don't know whether you're going to get a kiss or be killed after. You just hear, like, hello, how's it going? Sorry. Which is a bit strange coming from me from quite close to Coolock, where I moved a few years ago by accident, obviously. If some of you haven't heard of Coolock, you might have heard the expression, red sky at night, Coolock on fire. But the thing is, okay, people from the north side of Dublin, usually our heads are too big for our bodies, okay? Which puts a strain on our larynx. And you won't be able to understand most of the things we say until the last two words of the sentence, which usually goes, Champion Sports! Well, it was a gig of two halves. One half. At the end of the day, when all said and done, when you look at it that way, I think there was a victory. I don't know who for. It was a victory. Thanks.
So Gerry, TV work, what have you done so far?
I've done a couple of series of the stand-up show over in London, and
Were you appeared on it?
yeah, and I was writing bits and bobs as well, and little segments in between, and did the Super Champ thing with Tommy, when two of us walked around Ireland for 6 weeks. It took us to walk all around Ireland, walk for 3 days from town to town doing the gigs, and nearly killed one another.
What, just for getting each other's nerves?
Yeah, we had this romantic notion that we're, walk the highways and byways of Ireland, and we'd meet all these storytellers and comely maidens and all this kind of...
And what happened? Who did you meet?
We had tractors or farmers driving around in big four-wheel drive. Get off the fucking road, you fucking idiot! Do you think kids these days are much more clued in and much smarter than we were when we were kids? I think they are so too. I was going through my daughter's homework there the last year, right? And she's in fifth class in national school, right? And they're doing stuff about the Chinese Cultural Revolution and how the communist farm system was a disincentive to birth control. I kid you not. In fifth class, and this is what they're doing. Do you know what I mean? When we were that age, there's only 3 things you needed to know. The Muckanee look, Carlow, Mallow, Thurles and Tuam were the 4 sugar beet factories. And that the Brits were bastards. That's all you really need to know, you know what I mean? I'm doing this thing on TG Cahir called Far and Fushed.
You seem to be speaking a different language now, Gerry.
It's the Irish for Postman, The Postman, and it's directed by the same guy who directed Benny Hill's stuff.
Benny Hill?
Yeah, so it's all silent comedy. You don't have any script or anything, and it's...
Is this just
everyone's big? Everything has to be big. It's for TG Cahir, and everything has to be really big, and it's full of big-breasted women. I play a drunken sailor.
Right, that's it. I'm sorry, I'm going back to England now. This place has just got too modernised for me. Big-breasted women speaking Irish. Jesus.
Yeah. I got arrested. I don't know if anyone's here ever been arrested. It's a kind of, it's a reality check when you do get arrested. Tell you the crack. Myself and a good friend of mine in Galway, where I live, a good friend of mine who obviously for legal reasons is going to have to remain Pierce Doherty. We call him Hamas because he's a suicide drinker, And myself and himself, we were going to a party and we got hammered drunk and we bought a bottle of whiskey and we were in a taxi rank waiting for a cab to come. And people were jumping in front of us. It was like 2 a.m. People kept jumping in front of us. We missed our turn and all that kind of thing. And eventually, we should have known, this car just pulled up outside the taxi rank. All right? And sellotaped to the top of the car was a cornflakes box, right? Half a cornflakes box. And written in black marker, Taxee. Taxi! Taxi! And it was being driven by an asylum seeker, refugee guy. Now, I think, I knew, well, he wasn't a taxi, but I thought, we should give this guy a chance. So we got in anyway, and your man was there, and he was like, so you guys like to go party, because he's from Tullamore. No, he turned out he's from Uganda, and he said, you like to go party? We're like, yeah. And he spotted the bottle of whiskey, grabbed it. As he was driving, he started, look. And we were there like, this is kind of bad. Next thing we spotted, like, woo, flashing blue light behind us. It was the cops. Your man stops the car, pulls over, gets out, legs it. We just saw him disappearing off into the distance. Right. Speaking of the refugees thing, I really think we should let them all into this country, let them all in, welcome them with open arms. Céad míle fáilte. Yeah, absolutely. If for one reason alone, it would make, just think of the fantastic GAA teams we'd have in a generation's time. And if Micheál O'Meara is still commentating, he's going to have a field day, Like he gets the ball over now to Stefan Ivanovic. His father sold a big issue on O'Connell Street. His mother was a deadly accordion player. Do you think the Tinkers and the Travellers are delighted there's so many asylum seekers in the country now? Because it kind of gets them off the hook, doesn't it? But I have great time for Travellers because I was born in Tuam, in the west of Ireland. And I don't know if you know this or not, but Tuam set a precedent in this country by becoming the first town in Ireland to elect a Traveller as its Lord Mayor. Respect. 10 minutes into office, he had the chain melted down. But,
Gerry, have you played Germany?
No, never played Germany.
Do you ever go to comedy clubs?
Sometimes.
So what comedy clubs have you been to in Dublin?
Which one? What is it? In the International upstairs? Or is it yeah.
Who's your favourite comedian?
Well, Paul Tyler is one of them.
Gerry, tell you a joke.
Joke? You're putting me on the spot now.
No, but like, no pressure.
Too German now.
What do you call a judge with no fingers?
Fingerless judge.
Justice thumbs.
So is he your favourite now?
Yeah.
So, did you buy the lavender?
Oh, shit.
Bloody hell.
Close up.